De hecho, me estáis viendo 2 veces XD. ¿Qué hago para cerrar los ojos y no abrirlos más nunca? No, Astral, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal estás? Hola. ¿Qué tal estás? Por cierto, no me he terminado la rueda del tiempo. Soy una basura. He estado jugando, leveleando cuenta del LOL y tal, y no me he terminado la rueda del tiempo. El LOL. A ver. One momento. Yo tampoco. Entendible. A ver. Mezclador de volumen. Porque este pinche juego no tiene en ajustes. O sea, mirad ajustes. Es que es surrealista esto. Ajustes. Estos son los ajustes. Ah, del juego. Yo tampoco lo he terminado. F. Pues no sé, la verdad. No sé si terminarla en stream, ¿no? O vérmela, no sé, la verdad. No lo sé. Pero bueno, vamos, supongo que esta cam servirá para que el juego me detecte que pestañeo, supongo, no lo sé. Supongo que sí. O sea, yo pestañeo. Supongo que se nota. Así que básicamente es eso. Vamos a ir como pasando por unos sueños y... En teoría, si pestañeas se cambia el sueño, se cambia el recuerdo, alguna poronga así, no sé exactamente cómo. No lo sé, no sé qué va a pasar. No sé si tengo que quitar esto. O esto se quita, es solo para el menú, no lo sé, la verdad. Pero bueno, vamos a darle nueva partida, vamos a ver qué coño pasa con este juego. Supongo que al principio será una especie de tutorial, espero. O algo, porque si no... Bueno, para empezar me ha saltado el firewall de Windows. Estamos bien, estamos Gucci. ¿Qué pasa? Vale, este juego emplea la detección ocular como principal método de interacción. Selecciona una webcam. Tenemos seleccionada la webcam pocha, pero bueno, es lo que hay. Supongo que se ve perfectamente cuando pestañeo y la tengo justo enfrente, literal. La puedo poner más para acá, para centrarla más. Pero supongo que está bien para... En fin, no usarla. Se puede jugar sin detección ocular, lo que pasa es que está bien lo de pestañear y eso. Si activas la cámara, el juego podrá capturar y rastrear datos numéricos sobre tus parpadeos para mejorar la experiencia. Los datos no se guardan, comparten. Ok, la típica cosa. ¿Llevas gafas? Sí, llevo gafas. Importante, porque pensaba que con las gafas a lo mejor se jodía un poco la cosa. Ajustando sensibilidad. Asegúrate de la cara bien iluminada y tus ojos sean visibles. Supongo que sí, ¿no? O que me ilumino más la cara. Es que ¿cómo me ilumino más la cara? No puedo. Yo creo que sí, ¿no? Yo creo que sí. Así. ¡Hostia! ¡Hostia! ¡Hola! A ver, colócala... Vale. Aquí. Hostia, espérate, entonces la voy a centrar más tú. Porque estoy un poco yo... Aquí. Vale. Colócala... me los guarda bien, ¿eh? Vamos a hacer una cosa. Vamos a ponerlo como lo pongo de normal. Vale, está bien. Entonces coloca la cabeza. El círculo se muestra, se rellenará cada vez que parpadees. Si me salgo de este recuadro no va, Cuidado. Vale. Es que claro, si te sales un poquito, ya se va a la poronga. ¿Ves? Aquí no. Creo que voy a iluminar. Voy a darle a full de luz. ¿Qué pasa? Vamos a cuadrarla más. Así. Vale. Este es increíble. Se han detectado tus parpadeos todos. Pulsa la barra espaciadora para volver a calibrar. Ok. Vale, pues vamos allá. Espero que no tengamos que hacer lo de la barra espaciadora, pero... A ver. Oh, sale mi cama ahí abajo, mierda. ¡No! Este viaje tendrás que parpadear. El juego es capaz de detectar las veces que parpadeas. ¿Ves cómo funciona? Hostia. Prueba a parpadear mirando al símbolo blanco. ¡Qué guapo! Cuando aparezca un metrónomo y parpadees, darás un salto hacia adelante. Sigue parpadeando. Ya no más. Es súper raro, espérate, no, largo. Oh. Ha pescado algo.
Hello there, stranger. Ooh, you're a real bright and shiny one, aren't you? I asked you for your name, but sadly you got no mouth to speak with or hands to shake with.
Y no poder abrir los ojos, un sueño. Astral, ¿qué te pasa? Cámara web. ¿Puedo no... ¿Puedo no hacer que se vea eso ahí? Mostrar imagen de la cámara. No. Vale.
Down with. So we're gonna have to find another way. See, what you'll find is, even though you're no longer in your body's still inside of you. If that makes any sense. So, if you understand what I'm saying, blink over my hand here. Ooh, well look at that. You're a blinking genius. I knew you were special.
Nada, solo que ya no quiero estar en este plano terrenal. No. ¿Pero porque ha pasado algo? ¿Te ha pasado algo o algo así? ¿O qué pasa? ¿Cómo has empezado el año? Bueno, si me dices eso supongo que como el culo, ¿no? Pero...
You see all them poor souls down there, lost in the waves? I didn't choose any of them. I chose you. See,
What?
I just sometimes get a sort of a hunch.
Qué bien hecho está el diseño artístico del juego.
Notion.
Pero año de mi vida y apenas van 6 días. Va, Astral, seguro que mejora 100%. Seguro que mejora 100%. O sea, lo puedes ver súper oscuro ahora mismo, pero 100% seguro que va a mejorar.
Better word than that. Premonition. A premonition when a soul's worth pulling up.
¿Qué pasa?
Now you see that tower out there? Big scary one? That's where I'm taking you to see the gatekeeper. To be
What?
judged. I'm gonna present
¿Me
your
van a
case.
juzgar?
Tell her the whole story of your entire life, from prow to stern. Now, if she's impressed, I get paid the big coin, and you get
Me he
yourself
muerto.
a spot in her magnificent city. If she ain't, well, I eat seagull for dinner again, and you, well, we don't have to worry about that, because I am the best orator you'll find on these sickly waters. Class A storyteller, believe you me. Oh, shut
the
up,
fuck?
you trash birds. You had your chances. It wasn't my fault you were no good. Layabouts. Unsatisfactory.
¿Qué coño?
Clock watchers. I got some words for you.
Ojalá, bro, la verdad ahorita siento todo muy feo. Ya, es lo normal, cuando estás dentro de... Cuando ya cuando estás dentro del pozo, que lo ves todo totalmente hecho mierda, es normal que veas que no tienes absolutamente salida, pero literalmente hay salida, siempre, 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 y va a mejorar, seguro. Simplemente es el tiempo, que el tiempo siempre sana, aunque suene súper cliché. Y Y rodearte de la gente, tío. De quien sea. O sea, rollo, si te metes a Twitch para ver un streaming y no pensar en nada más y calmarte. Yo qué sé. Es que literalmente cualquier cosa. Rodearte de amigos, hablar con amigos, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. Lo digo porque yo he estado también en la puta mierda viendo... Literalmente empezaba un año y era como otro año de mierda más y cosas así, ¿sabes? ¿Qué cojones? Puto lobo. Ah, vale, que eso es un diccionario para hablarme a mí, creo. Y le falta una oreja.
Sorry you had to hear that.
Es súper bonito el juego, ¿eh?
So sure, maybe I'm not the most verbose storyteller out there, but I know how to spin a yarn if I'm given something to work with. And that's where you come in. Your life. You're gonna show it to me. I want to see exactly what made you so absolutely great.
Somos un ser excepcional.
So,
Astral va por ti.
just think
Hermoso.
back to the very beginning. The first thing that you can
Que seas
remember.
capaz de recordar.
I'm
Vale.
gonna send you there.
Vale.
But understand, no matter how much you like it, you're not gonna be able to stay, alright?
Vale.
Every time you blink,
Avanzarás en
you're
el
going to jump
tiempo.
forward in time.
No, espérate. ¿Cómo que cada vez que parpadea avanzar en el tiempo? Tú, que yo no puedo estar con los ojos totalmente opens así, loco. Que yo parpadeo un huevo, literalmente parpadeo un montonazo. O sea, que me voy a pasar el juego en 10 minutos, así como avance con el parpadeo,
Could be a second, could be 5 years.
5 años.
That's just how this
Estas
thing
cosas
works.
funcionan así.
Alrighty
Muy
then.
bien.
I hope he's ready for this. Now, the next time that you blink, I'm gonna send you back. Don't be...
¡No! He parpadeado.
And just try to enjoy it this time.
Esta vez, ¿vale? Ay, tengo miedo. Oh, qué bonito.
Look at that sun. We've got a long, beautiful day ahead of us. Why are you smiling like that?
¡No!
Mm.
Con su pareja, supongo. Recuerdos bonitos de momento.
Let's go get you some seashells. What do you say?
Vamos. Vamos a por seashells. Y se va.
You see that big spiky plant over there? That's called an agave. 11 years from now, that plant will die so it can give birth to this tall, amazing tree, covered in flowers. We'll have to keep our eyes on that one.
Estoy manteniendo los ojos abiertos para ver qué pasa en el recuerdo. Vaya, he parpadeado, me cago en la
Day
puta.
really slipped away, didn't it?
Sí.
Oh well, days have a tendency to do that, I guess. Where's the first page of my piece? I can't find it anywhere. Did I put...
No parpadees. ¡No!
Okay.
No he parpadeado.
Go ahead, kid.
Creo.
Look at that. There's your little hand.
¡Oh!
We have to make him do this every birthday.
That's a great...
Es que parpadeo sin darme cuenta, tío.
Oh, you want to play along with mommy, don't you?
Sí. ¿Por qué? Que no he parpadeado. No puedo quedarme con tantas dudas en este juego. Literal. O sea, es que no. Está pasando todo súper deprisa. No puedo dejar de parpadear. Ponete una cinta en lo tal cual, ¿eh? ¿Sabes qué pasa? Que para algunas cosas sí hace falta parpadear. Hace falta mirar a un objeto y parpadear para interactuar con él.
Sounds good, honey.
I'm sending it to my mentor next week.
Se está bañando, Billy.
Perfect.
Well, sounds pretty perfect to me.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
What do I like about it? I like the music.
That's very specific.
specific.
I also like the person
Cago en la verga.
Look at his little face. What do you think he's thinking about?
Están hablando de nosotros.
probably solving the problems of the universe.
Mamá, ¿dónde estás?
So, do you think he's going to be smart?
I don't see why not. I mean, we're both pretty smart.
No, it's not derivative. At least I didn't think it was. Do you think you could tell the other members of the selection committee what I just told you? Right. No, I'm sorry. I guess I just put a lot of expectation on this call. Okay, I understand.
Mamá.
Thank you for considering my piece, John. It really means a lot.
Mamá, ¿dónde vas? Mamá.
Oh, that's sure a little mess of color.
¿Has visto qué bueno soy? No quiero tirarlo. No quiero tirarlo.
You know, if you keep working at it, one day you'll be able to paint exactly what's in your head. You'll be a real artist. Unlike your poor mom.
No. Pobrecita.
See? That used to be my piano.
Oh.
My dad gave it to me. He loved music. Fled his home country just to have a chance to pursue it. God, he made me practice so much. I hated it at first.
¡No! Quería
Hey,
seguir.
Benny.
Me
Are
cago.
you ready to see something really special?
A ver, va.
I just don't want him to get attached.
No puedo hablar.
What?
That's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Oh,
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
oh, Michi.
We can't keep him, can we? I mean, I'm pretty much definitely allergic, so no, right?
No. We'll find someone else.
Mira, Michi. Achú. Como
Now play the
ronronea.
C major chord I taught you. Remember? There you go. Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and down?
Sí, porque
Now,
tengo
what
un
about
Michi.
C minor? You remember how to play that one? Very good. Just one note different. But that one sounds sad, doesn't it? Amazing what a difference one little change can make on how a person feels.
Ay, pobre, es alérgica a los gatos. Ay, no.
Sort of like me and your little friend on your piano there.
Ajá.
She was in grad school studying composition.
Ya era del padre un poco, ¿no? Ey,
Everyone
Clive, ¿qué
liked
tal?
her. I just
Ay, ay, ay.
prayed to God I could somehow keep up. I think she liked that I was a professor. Gave me a certain gravitas in her eyes, you know, which I very quickly lost. God, she dragged me to so many places. It was wonderful.
No he pestañeado ahora, what the fuck. Para que cierres los ojos, hijo de puta. No hace falta, o sea, ya es que pestañeo un montonazo. ¡Ah! ¡Ay, ay, 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 ay! Al piano de mamá. Al piano de la mamá. ¿Qué haces?
Wait, that's my piece. How did you figure out how to play that?
Richard, are you hearing this?
Soy un prodigio de la música, ¿eh?
He's playing my piece. He must have figured it out by ear. I mean, I was a gifted kid, but he's brilliant.
Era un genio. Mira mi Michi. Ole el Michi.
Oh God, I have have my interview in 5 minutes and I completely forgot to feed him.
Uy, va. Pero vea por él.
Don't worry, I already did.
Oh, thank God. For a moment, I...
Ahora no pestañeo. Hay veces que no pestañeo. Un momento. Espacio. Ya, no, pero las gafas... Me ha dicho ya las gafas, o sea... O a lo mejor es que sí que parpadeo y parpadeo muy deprisa, ¿eh? Creo que todos, o algunos no, todos.
Of course, sir. It's all organized into folders, sitting ready on my kitchen.
Es que creo que hay veces... Se te tapa un ojo un poco, no lo sé. A lo mejor si me pongo así más centrado. Igualmente, es que yo parpadeo, o sea, el parpadeo al fin y al cabo, o sea, hay algunos que sí que controlas, pero otros son el ojo haciendo pum, ¿sabes? Entonces, si se cierra un poco el ojo, y no lo intento controlarlo, pero no puedo.
They will literally be on your desk when you get in. What
Vale.
could possibly happen to the files between now and tomorrow morning?
Michi.
We are fine.
Para interactuar con las cosas sí que me lo pilla muy bien. Samio.
When's he coming?
I'm flying him out in February, remember? You know, I think he was pretty surprised that I could actually afford to do that.
Hey, why not? You're a working woman now.
Mi
I
padre!
guess that's true.
Don't let it go to your head.
This is called a metronome. We use it to measure time so we don't get lost in the music. I want you to start using it before Grandpa comes to visit.
A ver, es que nos han dicho ya antes, o sea, al principio del juego hemos aparecido en el barco de un lobo que estaba pescando gaviotas, o sea, que tenía gaviotas alrededor. Y nos ha dicho que éramos increíbles y que nos brillaban los ojos y que no sé qué y que no sé cuántos. Y que nos iba a hacer pues pasar por todos nuestros recuerdos y que cada vez que parpadeamos pasamos de recuerdo, por mucho que nos guste y demás. Y joder, en este recuerdo, o sea, literalmente estamos viendo que es una niña prodigio. Bueno, un niño prodigio, porque ha dicho que se llama Benny. Y ha dicho él.
You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone.
Welcome home, Dad.
So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, you know, I might be a work of genius just as I was. He said, yes, I suppose. If you made a work of genius. I haven't seen him in over 10 years.
Esta es la madre.
Can you believe that?
He parpadeado rapidísimo. ¡Uy! Teléfono. Mamá, teléfono.
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay? Subdivide the time. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a...
Es que ahí me estaban
There
pegando
you
los
go,
ojos.
buddy. Okay, now keep a firm grip on it, just like that. Oh my. Well, don't think you like that, pal. Sorry, buddy.
Me está transmitiendo una
Turn around,
felicidad
Al,
el juego.
so we can photograph you.
Ay, la mamá.
I'm just really behind right now. Why don't you take photos in the backyard?
No.
It may not be interesting at first, but if you keep going back out there every
No
day...
no me digas eso. La mamá se ha enfadado. Oh, fotarda.
Ernie, buddy.
Ernie!
Ernie.
We need you!
God, no. What if you got eaten by a coyote?
Me cago en...
So you're saying it's a coincidence that it disappears for weeks and then comes back with a huge belly?
But Ernie's a boy.
And you're sure about that?
Thought I was.
Uh-huh. And that was...
Me cago en...
He keeps coloring...
A mí la foto me hace parpadear. Que tal cual, ¿eh?
And the grass blue, the ocean green, and then this. Were you able to pick up the new book?
Yes. You know, Italian is a particular interest.
I meant Benny's book.
Oh, yeah.
Me encantaría de verdad. O sea, a ver, más o menos estoy siguiendo la historia. Menos mal. Por eso este juego, entender el inglés hablado es bastante importante. Porque si encima de intentar no parpadear, intentar leer los subtítulos, me da una embolia, la verdad. Vale.
I
No
know
pasa nada.
it seems impossible that you could ever play something so complex, but just take it one day at a time. Trust me. You're really getting there, honey. Next week we'll start working on your other hand.
Joder.
The quiz said find the zero, and he
No.
just drew an arrow pointing to it.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I mean, everything is wrong with that.
Está creciendo, ¿eh?
I want that box full by the time I come in there. If you don't play with it anymore, we're getting rid of it.
Hostia, un PC ya, ¿eh? Ay, mierda.
This isn't my house.
Chloe, esta no es mi casa.
It's not my house. Right. It's my. Fall back, you fool.
¿Qué hace?
Have your heads. I'll feed them to the cat.
Okay, I'll play inside.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Come over here.
Ojo,
Yes, Mr. Camera Boy. I'm talking to
que no me puedo
you.
mover. Yo no me muevo, ¿eh? No puedo. Ojo.
Why are you always out here taking photos?
Porque me
You know,
sale de los
if you
cojones.
really want to take a photo of something cool, you should take a photo of this.
A ver.
Chloe!
Oh shoot.
¡No! ¡He parpadeado!
Quiet, everyone. Benny's about to play for us.
Wow, Elle, he's unbelievable. My God, I didn't realize our head of accounting was raising a musical prodigy.
Didn't
Pero,
you
¿y
used to
este
be a
niño?
composer yourself, Elle?
No, I don't know if I'd say that.
But you used to write your own music, right?
Fotógrafo.
Class
tal
is
cual.
world history.
¡No! Clay, no, que son niños, coño.
My name is Mr. Isaac.
World
The
History.
class will be broken up into
Hey, you.
units.
Look on your desk. I wrote you something.
Vamos a la misma clase, qué casualidad, hazme un favor, cuando estemos en el colegio. We don't know each other,
This
don't
is a
talk to
quote.
me.
I want each of you to write
Vaya.
it down. Not doodle on the
Ay, qué hija
sidelines,
puta.
not stare off into
Stop
space.
staring at me, creepy.
¡Hala, tío! Una zorra, ¿eh?
Okay. Now I will go on to the next slide. Chloe, tell me, what did the quote say?
Right, I definitely know this.
You were taking notes, weren't you, Chloe?
Oh, yes, of course.
Ah, no, no, no. No. No me sale de los cojones. No, no, no.
Come on, Chloe. We're all waiting.
Te
It's
jodan.
that people
Te
who
jodan.
are in the
Te voy a ayudar,
past.
¿sabes? Sí, hombre. La voy a ayudar ahora
Tried to
mismo.
convince your father not
Cuando
to
ha dicho
buy
que
that
ni,
thing,
que ni la
he
mire
insisted.
en clase.
Half
Date los
suspect he bought it
cojones.
for
Toma,
himself.
puta.
The little guys are pretty cute, though.
¡Ojo!
I will admit that.
Molus
Oh, I
construs.
want the job of whoever gets paid to think of that.
Mierda. Frank. No, no era
Definitely
Frank.
seen you next door, but I didn't realize you guys had become friends.
Oh, sure. We sit together in history class. I don't know what I'd do without old Benny.
Very sweet. Thank you for playing this game with him.
You are not my friend, by the way. Since you refused to help me in class, I decided our relationship is purely transactional.
Pues vale, puta.
Okay, shut up. I really want this one.
Es Pokémon.
Maybe,
Es Pokémon, literal, ¿eh?
it's
called a magnet school. It's about an hour away in a town called Burton. I know the change can be scary, but I just want you to go in and meet the dean I spoke with. You know, life can take you to some incredible places if you're really, really good.
So what do you think, Benjamin? You think you could excel in that sort of an environment?
Depende. No hablo yo,
Sorry, he gets very shy.
Oh,
Hostias.
if he's as gifted as you say he is, shyness is no problem. Why don't you two come back closer to the end of the year for an audition? We'll get a few pieces that you can have him start learning. I'm eager to hear what your son is capable of. So, I understand you were a musician yourself. Where did you study?
Oh,
He aguantado lo máximo que he podido. But.
as you
Hostia.
can see, there are some very fast runs in there, and a lot of stuff I've not taught you properly yet. So no pressure. I just want you to try, and we can see if you start enjoying
Te
it.
pones una gafa que tengan los ojos abiertos, es verdad,
Just like to see you really rise to the occasion, just this once. I wish I had the option of going to a school like that when I was your age.
A
I
ver,
wouldn't be
amiga.
working this boring job or living in this boring town, I'll tell you that.
Joder.
What was that? Was that
Tamoar
the
por
piece?
culo, que no quiero.
What is going on with you these days? I barely know whose kid you're supposed to be. Oh my God, Benny!
¡Hostia!
What are you thinking? You could have killed us.
Ahí la verdad es que me he pasado, ¿eh?
Don't answer that, Ben. You can talk to your friend after you practice.
Joder, tío, me tiene aquí. Que ya sé que soy un genio, pero por favor, que quiero una vida normal, loco.
Oh my God.
Cógelo.
Is she really calling you again? What, is she obsessed with you?
So listen, I found a construct.
What are you doing? I explicitly asked you not to pick up the phone.
Oh, he's fine. Let him talk to her.
Uf. Espérate, un descanso. Ay, mis ojos. Oliver Ice, ¿qué tal? Consiste en pestañear, por si no has leído el título. Y estoy... es que me duelen los ojos ya, ¿eh? Porque hay algunos capítulos que... Hay algunos recuerdos que sí que quiero quedarme un poco más para ver qué coño dicen los personajes. Y claro, XD. ¿Qué tal, Bryce? Me acaba de dar pereza solo escuchar a la quejas 20 segundos. ¿Cómo? ¿Qué a la quejas? ¿Qué? Vale, va.
Anubis, in the presence of Ma'at,
Ah,
who
la
you
tía.
remember is the goddess of
Yeah.
truth and justice, would weigh the deceased soul against a feather, determining whether it was worthy of entering into her land of the dead. And what if they are deemed unworthy? Well, you can see that ugly fur ball under the scale? That is Amamet, and she's got, and yes,
Hey,
that's a she.
Mr. Kid.
The head of a
¿Qué pasa
crocodile, fur of a lion,
¿Qué pasa ahora? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa?
and the body of a hippopotamus,
Dear White Neighbor Kid.
though I would not say that to her face.
Esta noche cuando mi padre esté
Yeah.
roncando voy a escaparme para
As you
pasar la
can
noche en la
see,
playa. Si quieres
she
sumarte,
is
haz un
ready to
dibujo del
devour
señor Isaac
any of
estreñido.
the deceased who do not pass
Venga, va.
judgment,
Con cariño, tu vecina rarita.
sort of like me with your weekly quizzes.
Venga, va.
So I am not quite sure why I don't hear more
Ew,
friends.
why is he so
Ah.
sweet looking?
Pero es que... No, el concepto del juego es súper interesante, ¿eh? En el fondo. Porque hay algunos recuerdos, o sea, ya me está pasando, hay algunos recuerdos que quieres quedarte más tiempo, pero obviamente dependes de tus putos ojos, coño. De que no parpadees, básicamente. No me cae bien esta chica. Es que en verdad yo creo que está colada, por el chico este.
Just as he's starting to make friends.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only reason she keeps coming here is to play that game you bought for him.
Están discutiendo.
I don't claim to understand the motives of children. But
Benny has a chance here. A real chance.
¿Ves? La madre diciendo que tiene que seguir con la puta música y el padre en plan, tío, que tiene que puto disfrutar, hostia.
Really understand what that is.
La quejas. Oh.
Lights out. You need to be rested for tomorrow. Memory consolidates when you're asleep. So if you go to sleep now, you will awaken a master. Trust me.
Mamá, por favor, déjame vivir la vida de un niño.
Benny, Mom says turn the lights off.
Not Mom says, you say.
Benny, I say turn the lights off, not just Mom.
Va a contestar, va.
Wow, didn't think you'd actually pick up. I'm a sticky for a baby. I apologize. Okay, so meet me out in the alley and...
No. Me cago en... What the fuck.
You know, I'm really glad you're here.
Ah, ¿ves cómo estaba coladísima por el
There's something
chaval?
I've been meaning to talk to you
Ya
about.
verás. Necesito desahogarme.
Or to get off my chest. Okay. I don't think Consters is actually a really good game. My cousin Yoon, he was in town this weekend, and he was explaining how it's actually a ripoff of a really good Japanese game. He calls it a cash
Voy a pestañear.
So, I'm sorry that I made you like it because it's actually a terrible game. But I also think that if it was a really good game, maybe we wouldn't have enjoyed playing it as much.
Oh.
We would have been so focused on how good it was and not the feelings we had while we were playing it. Like, my favorite vegetable is the tomato, but Yoon thinks that they're the grossest ever.
¿Pero qué?
And you're probably the least popular boy in the school, but I also like hanging out with you the most. Which was also
¿Qué os he
something I
dicho?
wanted to talk to you about. I like hanging out with you a lot.
¡Hostia!
Which is weird because after what happened with my mom, I never like hanging out with anyone. So this has been a big surprise for me this year, in a lot of ways.
¡Hostia! Ha ganado, ¿eh?
At all. Out in the cold all night.
¿Qué hacéis por ahí a las
You're already
tantas?
feeling sick, aren't you? It's okay. You still got this. I mean, all the practice had
La,
to
la,
count
la.
for something. Maybe just try and close your eyes now and get a little sleep on the way over. I'm going to play the recording so the sound of mastery can seep into your subconscious a little, okay? Close your eyes, Ben.
In your own time, Benjamin, we are very
Este es el director y la
excited to
madre.
hear.
Verás. Me va a salir como un culo, ¿verdad? Porque está tocando el chaval. Verás. O no, porque es un niño prodigio. ¡Hostia!
Oh, okay. I think that's enough.
Que no puedo. Lo siento, mamá.
So, Benjamin, why don't we plan on having you come back next year again, once you've had a bit more time to practice? Yes? As you know, Burton isn't the right fit for every student, and I wish you the best of luck on your path, wherever it may take you, okay?
Hostia.
Maybe I pushed you too hard. Maybe I turned into my own father.
Sí, un
I don't
poquito.
know. You have to find something to focus on.
¿Pero por qué?
The world isn't very kind to people who aren't really good at something.
Mentira, mentira. Eso es lo que te quieren hacer creer siempre. Que tienes que destacar en algo de mierda, tío.
Just until this nasty thing clears. Hey,
Hostia.
Elle, would you mind
Tiene una
taking a quick
enfermedad
walk with me
terminal,
down
se
to my
viene.
office? There's a small clerical thing I need you to look at before I can let you two go.
Elitista, efectivamente. La madre es una elitista.
It's a crucial time in his development.
Oh,
He shouldn't be confined to his room.
no puedo cerrar, no puedo... ¡No! Quería seguir hasta la habitación, recto. Qué bonito. Me cago en la puta. Pinche, por favor.
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
Pero déjame pinche jugar, madre. Sí, sí, tal cual. What? El barco. What the fuck está pasando? A dibujar el barco.
What's he doing?
He's drawing. He's becoming completely obsessed.
Hostias.
Why isn't your son eating with us, Al? No. You mean young Vincent? Well, ever since he got sick, all he
Va mejorando, que flipas, Quiere dibujar.
And Mr. Benjamin Brin has been awarded first place.
Grande, un artista que se quiere morir de hambre, la verdad. Literalmente se quiere morir de hambre cuando sea mayor. Perdón. Solicitud de Bellas Artes. Hostia puta, tú.
You are not here to learn to be painters. You are here to learn to be artists. And although I was hired to teach you, it is a sham.
¿En serio?
There is no teaching art.
¡Ojo!
Oh, how very wacky and fun these are. It's very zany. Lucky for you, the world is always in need of more greeting card artists.
Oye, oye, vaya dibujante, ¿no? ¿Qué pasa?
There you go, Mr. Brin. Feel each shape.
Está convirtiéndose en un
I want you
artista
all to take a
abstracto.
long look at what Mr. Brin has done here.
¿Qué ha hecho?
You see,
Ah,
he has reached down deep within himself and created
¿En
a
serio?
masterpiece.
esto es una masterpiece. Benjamin Brin.
I'm stunned. The ironic sincerity of this piece
¿Es en
so
serio?
sincerely ironic.
He's flipped.
I know that lots of agents gave you lots of cards, and it all probably feels weird and alienating and the opposite of what being a starving artist is supposed to feel like. But if I can teach you one thing, it's that if opportunity knocks, you open the door. Making a living isn't selling out. I wish I had thought of it that way.
Masterpiece of arte moderno también.
Benjamin, marvelous show last week.
Nah, no quiero escuchar al profesor. Paso.
Don't worry.
Oh,
You're not selling your
representante. ¡No! ¿Qué dices? Toma por
soul.
culo.
Look at that.
Te lo voy a tirar.
You've crumpled
Te lo voy a
my
tirar.
contract.
Te lo tiro, Déjame tirárselo. Me cago en la puta.
To being a difficult artist, the best of us are.
¡Ole! ¡Vinito, vinito, vinito!
This is divine.
Vinito. Ahora quiero un vinito.
Hey, stop. Is that Benjamin Brin?
Oh my god. I think it is.
Of all places.
Me cago en... ¡Ah!
threw that contract in her face now, you didn't sell out, and you still got rich. Oh, but listen to me, Benjamin. Now is the single most important moment in your entire career. Collectors, curators, how we all love a rising star.
Okay.
Hey, Ben. Don't even pick up this call, okay? I mean it. I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and, well, I'm gonna be a little sick for a while.
¿Qué dices?
But really, I don't want you worrying about it at all. Oh, Benny, I told you not to pick up. There's nothing you can do for me right now. All you can do is just keep painting.
Pero, mamá, se va a morir.
You make that work of true genius. I can just tell you're almost there.
Me pican los ojos.
I'm going.
Me cago en la puta.
But that's enough from me. Now, you'll hear from the person who I believe is the single thing in the world my wife was most proud of. Her magnum opus, so to speak.
La madre.
I think you all know who I'm talking.
No me lo puedo creer, se le murió. Hostia.
Go on, B. Say something.
Que no puedo. Hostia, un metrónomo gigante.
What's wrong? Why aren't you talking?
Que no sé hablar, papá. Que no sé hablar. No estoy pestañeando para ver qué pasa. Lol. Ah.
Hey, you. As you know, I talk to big, very important people every day. And there's one thing that... You are a snake. You're a fraud. But worst of all, Benjamin, you're a little tease.
¿En serio?
Hey, B. Just calling to tell you. I think I'm selling the house. She's everywhere here, son. I can't move.
No.
Take whatever you want. With your mother gone, I'm hoping to finally live without all the clutter. I'm just so glad you got to speak to her one last time. I mean, I know she told you not to...
No ha dado tiempo casi. La mamá. Guau, guau, guau,
Look.
guau. F.
It's unbelievable, Benny. It's like she's standing in the room with us. Like I can see her in the paint. I can feel her.
A life in painting. Oh. Transcurso de un día inspirada en la obra de su difunta madre, la compositora Ellie Fishman. Pese a no haber sido demasiado
Is
conocida.
that really you? It's Chloe. Your
Hostia.
neighbor.
Hostia.
Oh my god, I can't believe this. It's been years. I just walked through the entire show. It's unbelievable. I'd love to walk through it again with you. I mean, if you were down for that.
Ojo.
I just can't believe that my entire childhood I was living next to a bona fide genius.
Tal
I
cual,
should
¿eh?
have guessed it. I mean, with all those
Búsqueda
little drawings you
constante.
did.
Anda, mira, son todos los cuadros.
And your mom. I always heard her playing piano from next door, but I didn't know she wrote the actual music.
Claro.
She was a genius. Hey, so, not to be forward, but what are you doing
¿Cómo?
after this? Maybe we could get a drink or something?
Te escuchaba a ti, Lama. Es verdad.
I'd really love to catch up. I can't believe everything that's happened to you. I want to hear all about it.
What? Hostia, el lobo.
Now would you look
O
at
sea, el
that?
barquero. Hemos muerto, tío, yo creo.
Believe my luck.
Míralo.
You finally hit the jackpot, Flapjack. Oh,
¿Qué?
the nobody, nothing's dying every day. You finally sink your hook into a... Oh, well, there you are. Well, hello, sir. If I realized, I would have cleaned up. I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul.
Vale,
I mean,
literalmente
sure,
hemos
I've
muerto,
had
básicamente.
scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but whew, an internationally renowned painter? The gatekeeper's gonna eat you up. Hey, speaking of that, why don't we give your story a test run? Maybe you help me out with the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that. See if I'm getting
¿Por
all
qué deja el
the
piano?
strokes right.
Creo que hemos hecho...
Composition, if you catch my drift.
Creo que dejar el piano ha sido my bad, ¿eh? En plan, al haber hecho que se fuese con la Chloe a la playa y demás, y luego haber fallado, que estuviese cansado y haber fallado el este, creo que ha sido por eso. Supongo que si pasas de Chloe, la audición habría salido bien y demás. Ya, también.
Forget about it. All right.
Pero la vida te lleva. ¿Qué coño es esto?
Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great man. Now, would you describe
¿Como un niño
yourself
feliz
as
o como un niño solitario? Solitario, ¿no? Según todo lo hemos visto. No, solitario.
His childhood was a lonely.
Ya, y además es eso, al final te
growing
acabas
up as
arreglando.
a strange, quiet child in an isolated seaside town.
And, what'd you say your mom was?
¿Te has dicho que era tu madre? Compositora contable.
or
Compositora. Era compositora.
His mother was a composer who, with the need to support her family, took a job as an accountant.
Además de contable, efectivamente.
How would you describe her as a teacher?
Era alentadora o
More
exigente.
encouraging
Exigente.
or demanding?
Exigente. También te...
Kind of like your...
Exigente.
Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was over demanding, forcing him to
Tía Siria
practice
también, y
day
eso
in
tampoco es.
and day out, hoping that he might one day achieve that greatness that she never could.
And how about that neighbor girl?
¿Qué significa para ti? Ojo.
Was she your best
Tu
friend?
mejor amiga. ¿Qué decimos? ¿Decimos
Your
primer amor?
first
¿Era el
love.
primer amor? ¿Se
Be
enamoró?
honest here.
¿O best friend?
Don't be bashful, man. You can tell me.
No sé, ¿eh? Haremos primer amor para que sea un poquito de... Best friend. La friendzoneamos. Decimos que era best friend. Era best friend, era best friend.
But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his best friend and blowing it the next day. Now, from that moment forward, his mother gave up on him. She knew he didn't have what it took to be a truly great musician. But little did she know, she just picked the wrong medium, right? See, when he was 12 years old, he got sick, and he had to stay inside for an entire year. In that year, he rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten: painting. Sure, he loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first time, he saw it in a more serious light.
Está muy bien hecho el juego.
He was accepted into an exclusive art school where he caught the eye of an esteemed professor who launched his work into the national spotlight. Now be quiet, all of you.
with expectations on his career mounting, he stalled himself into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing, for it wasn't until he returned home
Esos
to the
son
house
almas,
he grew
creo.
up in that he began work on what would ultimately be considered his masterpiece. I said shut up, you scumballs!
Literalmente ratas con alas, las pinches gaviotas. ¿Qué hace? ¿Qué le pasa, tío?
I get it! I hear what you're saying.
¡Hostia!
I hear what you're saying. I had assumed as much anyway. I should probably tell you, those things, they're not regular gulls. They're liar birds. They're what becomes of souls who try to lie to the gatekeeper.
Entiendo.
Once they try that, they're never allowed near her city again. I get to feeling bad for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings.
Vaya.
Yeah, good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one.
Hopefully you won't be seeing him again.
O sea que... Vale. Que si se mienten algo, el alma pasa a ser una gaviota del barquero y a tomar por culo. No es porque asumo.
Bitten sap, you know that?
¿Por qué?
Just look at him. Poor fool doesn't know what he's in for.
Oye. Ay. Oye. Pensaba que era mi amigo el lobo. El lobo pesquero.
Now don't think that I haven't dealt with people like you. You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it. Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new hells to punish someone as worthless as you. And I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black muck. And I should have thrown you back and sanitized my paw as soon as I laid eyes on you. But it's too late for that. We're in this together. And the gatekeeper, she'll see right through your fake lies as if they were glass.
¿Qué dices? Pero que no he mentido.
So
Pero
I'm
que
gonna
soy
ask you
un
again
genio.
to start from the very beginning.
¿Pero qué
And
pasa?
this time, I want the truth.
No. Ah, ¿en serio? ¿Era todo mentira?
Not this.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and down?
You know, my father once told me.
This. Stay here. What did your mother hear on that phone call?
¡No!
Keep your eyes open.
Sí, ¿y qué hago, hijo de puta?
To see.
Que no puedo. Me cago en todo.
Let's try this again.
Que si me dice que no parpadee, voy a parpadear.
Keep your eyes open.
Que lo sé, que lo sé.
I'm getting it. Hello? Yes, of course. This is Elle, his daughter.
¿Qué? ¿Qué pasa?
See, she knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And now, she never could.
Pero que...
Let's keep going.
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
You were a prodigal talent. I get it. Let's move.
You're eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane. I need you to stay focused.
Honey.
Yes, I understand about the cat. Let's keep going.
Me cago en la puta.
And one more time.
¿Por qué hay sangre? Aguanto, aguanto, aguanto. Me cago en la puta. No aguanto.
I swear to God, if you blink again...
¿Qué pasa, chico? Porque parpadear es un efecto inmediato. Me cago...
I understand that it's difficult. That's why I need to see it.
Que no quiero verlo.
This is for your own good, man. Keep them open.
Los tengo abiertos. No he parpadeado.
Again, and don't blink this
No he
time.
parpadeado, pero vale. Lo mataron. Que no he parpadeado. Ah, vale, vale. Vale, vale, vale. ¡Ah! ¡No! ¿Qué?
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson. That simply being alive wasn't enough. So then you went to work. To make yourself sensational.
Listen to him, Richard.
I like hanging out with you a lot, which is weird because after
Que se la comieran ahí.
I'm not worried about who you are, Benny. I'm worried about who you're going to become.
I get all this. We need to...
Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office?
Come on, keep blinking.
¿Qué quiere ver ahora? Ah.
Make sure he's staying engaged.
Can you please try to speak a little softer?
Cago en la puta. Es que cuesta que flipas, tío.
One more time.
Cuesta que flipas no pestañear. O sea.
Staying engaged.
Can you please try to speak a little softer? I really don't want him to hear us talking about you.
¿Qué conversación era? Ay, Dios mío.
I mean, what's the point?
Ah, quería que cierre los
What do you
ojos.
What's the point? What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it? If he's never gonna get any better.
No.
Okay. Let's not say that. Okay? We know we don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean, what if he heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never forgive myself.
It's okay. He's asleep. It's okay.
¿Qué ha pasado?
I see. You got sick.
Sí, pero eso ya lo sabemos,
Out
¿no?
at the moon. The top of your lungs.
What? Ya huya este también. No entiendo, pero lo de enfermo ya sabíamos que él
You were
estaba,
sick
que
for
se
a
puso
long
enfermo.
time, weren't you?
Que fue cuando descubrió lo del
Sicker
dibujo.
than healthy kids are supposed to get. Well, no matter how painful it gets, I need you to remember. We're almost...
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school. Try
Hostia.
writing with it. Well, hello, Benny. It was your grandfather's, but I used it in college to write lyrics. Exactly. It was very artsy. Actually, I was just good at fooling your dad. Made him think I was some kind of genius. Why don't you write the story of your life so far?
Con la historia de tu vida.
And then what you're going to do once you get better. That's the story I want to hear.
La maravillosa vida de Benjamin Brin. Child in an isolated seaside town. Su madre era compositora
Man, this is wild.
Chloe?
You really got into this, didn't you? Oh, here I am. But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his best friend and blowing it the next day. Best friend? Okay, Benny.
Vaya.
And you know, we really could have just slept on the beach another night. But I'm also glad we didn't because, well, another night would...
Oh.
You are going to be in there for about 30 minutes, so try to get comfortable.
Pero... ¿Qué pasa? Me estoy muriendo. Mierda.
Knock, knock. You're gonna be so annoyed with me, but I couldn't help but overhear Chloe reading loud from what I think was your story the other night. I know. I promised myself I wouldn't eavesdrop, but I would really love to read it if you'd let me. What do you say? You know I'm such a big fan of anything you do.
No me deja dársela.
Can't.
Just go in there and tell him you love him.
Ah, entra y dile que
I
te...
just can't. Not right now.
Okay, don't worry. Just
Hostia.
go to bed. I'll talk to you.
Hey, B. Just want you to know that Mom loved your story. She's just, you know, I think it was just very emotional for her to read. But I thought it was great.
Ya, tal cual, eh.
His childhood was a lonely one, growing up a strange and quiet child in an isolated seaside town. I mean, I'm certainly bummed you feel that way. But what I want to know is, where'd you learn to write so well? All those cool words! Reads like Dickens!
Ay, la madre, tío, pobrecilla. En verdad, ahora. Benjamin Brin era un perdedor. Ahí va. The worst, el peor Brin que ha pisado la tierra. No, ni siquiera intentó pelear la enfermedad internamente. Bueno, internamente. Ni siquiera peleó intentó pelear su enfermedad. Simplemente se puso en la cama esperando su muerte. ¿En serio? Vaya.
Benny! Ben! Oh God, can you hear me?
¡No!
Pito, 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 pito.
Gracias por el Prime, Manu, ya por 6 mesazos. Muchas gracias. ¿Qué tal, hermoso?
So, if he's ever in pain, all he needs to do is press that red button and the drug will administer itself.
Thank you so much.
No.
You know, I know my wife would normally want to thank you herself.
No, I understand. It hits mothers the hardest, this sort of thing.
Thank you for understanding. It's been a rough one.
Que te haga cerrar los ojos, rollo. Pues eso, completamente cerrarlo. ¡Ah! ¡No! ¡Le da el botón!
Hey, Eddie. Yeah, hey man, it's Richard. Listen, I know Elle's been missing in action, but I just want you to understand things have taken a really bad turn here. Yeah, no, that's not going to be possible. To be honest, your whole tone is pissing me off right now.
Hostia.
Yes, I understand you have a business to run. It's a very cliche thing to say to me in a time like this. Okay. Well, then I guess all I can say is screw you too.
Hostia.
I said screw you too. Yeah, man, that's all I got.
No le quiero dar al botón. Chloe.
Hey, this isn't funny, you know. What, you're too scared to talk to me? Well, just so you know, I know you're faking. Because if you were really sick, like actually sick, you'd have told me already. I happen to actually know about this stuff. So the fact that you are faking just...
I remember when you were just 4 years old.
¡Coño! Pero Manu, que
La
pero
lotería
has
es
cobrado.
como tú, nunca me tocas.
Qué bonito. Pero sabes que eso no es cierto, coño. Oye, pero que has cobrado, ¿no? Ciertamente has cobrado, ¿fue verdad? O sea... Muchas gracias por los... ¿Cuántos han sido? ¿500 o 600? 500 bits, muchas gracias. Pues.
Through a pretty tough time. I mean, not as tough as now, but yeah, her music had been rejected, and she's having trouble adjusting to her quiet little life out here, and I feared that
No.
I was losing her. But then you
Básicamente, el juego este consiste en parpadear. Mediante el parpadeo vamos esquivando, vamos de un recuerdo a otro de la vida del niño este. Y en teoría, el niño era un niño prodigio, estaba con la música, al final pasó lo que pasó en una audiencia, la hizo como el culo por irse con su mejor amiga a la playa ya a dormir en la playa. Falló la audiencia de música, se puso enfermo, se puso a dibujar, pero al final tampoco se puso a dibujar, lo único que estaba enfermo, suponemos que cáncer, supongo, ¿no? Si se va a morir, supongo que cáncer, algún tipo de cáncer. Y se quedó en la cama sin más. O sea, al final no es un niño prodigio como tal, rollo que hizo muchísimas cosas, ¿sabes? Que, joder, me está dando bastante pena, actually, la verdad. Porque, no sé, estaba pensando ya que era...
played this on the piano.
Tocaste esto con el piano.
Just her little hands reaching up for the keys. She just couldn't believe.
O sea, el chaval sí que tiene talento, lo que pasa es que no al final
When she
no
heard
llegó.
that, well, it was like you brought her right back to me.
Como si lo hubieses traído de vuelta.
So, I was wondering if maybe you could do that trick again. Try closing your eyes. See if you can remember.
Vale.
Wait, that's my bass. How did you figure out how to play that?
Ay. No, parapléjico no, sí se puede mover.
Playing B. She's
Sigue
listening.
tocando. No voy a parpadear. Me cago en la puta. No. Otra vez el bicho. Medicamentos. No voy a pulsar el botón. No. Tengo que pulsar el botón, no me jodas, ¿eh? En la máquina de... En la máquina de... No sé cómo se dice ahora. En la máquina de... No, sí, leucemia o cáncer. Alguna enfermedad mortal, básicamente. Tío, pues nada, botón. ¡Ah! Michi, pero si el Michi se murió. Michi. Ah, bueno, se murieron las crías. Ah, las crías.
She's gonna make you sick.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just so happy she's here. We've got to show this cat some real love.
Ole.
She's been through more than we can even imagine. Oh.
Me cago en el puto pestañeo, tío. No se escucha nada. ¡No funciona!
What do you mean she hasn't been over? Like, she didn't even care to visit?
No, I mean, I don't think he's told her.
And you're just letting that be?
I don't know her step. You know how Benny is.
She lost her mother a year ago. You knew that, right?
No.
¿Cómo?
What does that have to do with...
Okay, do we have her dad's number?
I don't know. Check the book.
Okay, I'm calling now.
Honey.
¿Cómo? ¿No son sus padres? 29 llamadas perdidas. ¿Cómo? ¿Quién con...? Ella es la madre, sí, ella es la madre. Eli. Creo que la pronuncia Eli, el padre. Pero que no son sus padres al final. O sea, porque está diciendo a Benny se le ha muerto la madre hace nada o algo así. Ni siquiera son sus padres.
Oh my god, you're an idiot.
Que me estoy muriendo, Chloe, por favor. Oh.
You do realize this is really nothing special to me. I've seen this all before. I was thinking about what you said in the story the other day and how I reacted to it. I feel kind of bad. I shouldn't have done that. But... Hey! What are you looking at? Don't look up there. Look at me. I'm talking to you.
Que te estoy escribiendo un mensaje oculto, niña. Stay here.
I want to give you something. But I think I don't want to be in the room when you see what it is. So maybe if you close your eyes, I can give it to you and I'm gonna leave.
Oye.
Close your eyes now, okay?
Vale. Querido vecino raro. You are my best friend. Con cariño, Chloe. Oh. Hostia. Ay, ay, ay. Me muevo más lento, lo estoy notando. Muchas gracias a la semidiosa por el follow. Que se ha adoptado de algún. Los niños que se... Qué puto bestia eres, coño.
What is that?
It's something new I'm working on.
So you're writing again?
It's just a melody that came to me. It feels good to play it.
It's sad.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. But do you like it?
I mean, yeah. I love everything you do.
What do you like about it?
Not this old trap.
Go on. I'm waiting.
Well, it made me feel like...
Like
what?
Like if the unspeakable darkness I'm carrying can be so well expressed, maybe it's not so unspeakable. Nailed it, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, that was
What the
pretty
fuck?
good.
Ha sido muy deep eso. Be brave, Penny. Ay, 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 ay. Es que me cuesta mover el ratón, No, no pestañeaba. ¡Ah! ¡No! Se va a morir. Se va a morir. ¡No!
I know. It's okay, Benny. I understand. There's no need to show me anymore.
No, Richard, it's like I can't breathe. Like there's this clamp on my chest.
I know. It's okay.
You know, for a while now,
Literalmente, clip. Juegas Valorant. Literalmente, clip. Juegas Valorant. Ay. Los rojos... No, es la muerte, coño. Es la muerte. Es que
I've
se va a
wondered
morir.
if I'm just
Si no sé, si
not a
no
good
hemos
enough
muerto.
storyteller. If I just don't have grand enough words, can't tell grand enough stories. But grand words and stories, I think they may be overrated.
Hostia, tío. La guardiana. Oh. A tomar por culo.
I know just what to tell her.
No, hasta.
Watch for her now.
Presta atención.
I've seen the gatekeeper take many forms depending on the soul I bring her.
Depende de... Según el alma que
Once
se
you
presente.
see her, you'll know.
Verás, es la madre. Es la madre. Es la madre.
I should go get ready.
O sea, bueno, sí, la madre es L. Seguro. Ya verás.
Don't worry. We got this.
Qué bonito.
I think.
Me da tranquilidad estar aquí, no sé por qué. No, Chloe no creo. No sé si debo mirar a todas partes, la verdad. El director un piano, ¿te imaginas? ¿En serio? No. Michi. No. What? El Michi.
There she is. Wish me luck.
A ver, un gato gigante.
Gatekeeper, before you sits the soul of a child who died before he could grow old.
That means she's ready to hear your story.
I never told you how much I loved your story. It's really so imaginative. And the person you wrote about is such an interesting and intense guy. My only issue was, well, I didn't like him very much.
¿Cómo?
So, I wanted to read you something
Esto
I
que
wrote
te he
for
escrito.
you, which is
Va
about the
sobre
Benny
el
I've
Benny que
known
conozco desde hace
for
11
11
años.
years now. It's called The Great Life of
La
Benjamin Brin.
maravillosa vida de Benjamin.
Benjamin Brin was born
into an ordinary home, to an ordinary mother and father in a small town by the sea.
His mother was a composer, or at least that's what she dreamed she'd be. So, when her own dreams didn't pan out, she began to dream for
him. But then, when he was
just 11 years old, he got sick and was forced to stay inside for an entire year.
And in that year, he began to
that he hadn't lived enough. So he made up a story of the great life he thought he wanted to live, which only made him forget the great life he already had. How he had filled a new home
with light and joy and promise. How he met
girl, his neighbor, who felt all alone in the world and made her feel okay again. And how, even when he was sick, he still gave his parents hope. How he reminded them exactly who they were after they had almost forgotten.
So when he was going to go,
he was okay. Because he'd already lived a great life, a full life. And he was everything he needed to be. Just
¡Cabrón! Gracias por la subregala. Espero que os guste la alerta de regalo que todavía no había salido en ningún momento. Y sale M. Morales, no sé por qué sale M. Morales. Eres un cabrón, tío. Me has jodido el momento que flipas. Estaba literalmente estás sintiéndolo muy fuerte en el pecho.
she accepts.
Oh.
Close your eyes now, and keep them closed. She's gonna let you.
Why is he smiling like that?
It must be somewhere that he likes.
Juegardo, No fuera coñas. En plan... Es que no sé cómo explicarlo. Es que tengo ahora mismo un nudo en el pecho bastante fuerte.
I wanna be somebody. Me 2.0 for you.
Yo no puedo más, Entre Life is Strange y ahora esto, te juro que no puedo más, No puedo más, o sea, que me voy a ir a la cama y Ay. En plan, está muy bien hilado todo y al mismo tiempo tiene una manera de jugar que literalmente merece muchísimo la pena haber gastado lo que haya costado, lo que me haya costado, que no me acuerdo ni cuánto me ha costado, pero es que si me ha costado 20 euros, son los mejores 20 euros que he invertido en mi vida, este año, literalmente. No me acuerdo cuánto costaba, creo que era muy barato, pero... Que Samuel... Ah... Está muy bien, está muy bien. Lo malo de estos juegos es que si los ves en Twitch, al final luego ponerte a jugarlos es un poco ¿no? Pero... Ok, Manu, que vaya muy bien. Gracias por tu Prime, la subregalada a bits, que me he fijado ahora que la ha tocado. Los 500 bits por la cara, no sé. Muchas gracias por todo, guapo. Literalmente toda la gente que sale aquí son increíbles. Me apetece que aparezcan por esa puerta y me den un abrazo. O sea, darles un abrazo literalmente a cada uno. Darles un abrazo por hacer esto. Esto, en general, esto. No sabía que era tan corto, tío. ¿Creéis que esta canción tiene copyright? Gente. ¿Creéis que me van a silenciar todo esto por tener copyright? Ahora tengo más ganas de matarme. La verdad es que yo tengo muchas ganas de llorar, ¿eh? Tengo muchas ganas de cerrar y irme a llorar ahí. Muy fuertemente. ¡Ah! No puedo más. Ahora para compensar un LOL. Oye, pues hay que subir la Smurf, la verdad. A lo mejor renta. Iba a hacer o LOL o irme al Tetri Effect, la verdad. Pero habiendo que subir la cuenta, supongo que... Ay, de verdad, este juego. Es que pocos juegos... Es que, ¿cómo puede ser que un juego indie sea el que se arriesga? Porque claro, supongo que porque no tiene nada que perder, ¿no? Pero que sean los estudios que se arriesgan a hacer este tipo de cosas, este tipo de historias súper mega íntimas y cambiando la jugabilidad completamente, pero completamente. Creo que no conozco ningún juego que funcione con el puto parpadeo. O sea, de que te analice la cara y que funcione con el puto parpadeo. O sea, es que no... no sé. No sé. Y ha sido de juego... ¿Cuántos son 106 minutos? No lo sé. Horita y media hora. Una hora dura el juego o algo así. ¿Y sabes qué es lo peor? Que tiene más logros el juego, pero solo hemos conseguido 2. El de astrónomo, que es de completar la constelación de lo de Stay Here, y Ante tus ojos, que es completar el juego. Ya está. Pero hay un montón más. Recalibra 10 veces. ¿Qué dices? Hay un logro de calibrar la cámara 10 veces, no me lo puedo creer. A ver. Vamos a hacer la calibración 10 veces. Vamos a completar este logro. Mi cara, tío, no puedo, ¿eh? Me ha visto llorar este juego, literalmente. Ajustando sensibilidad. Supongo que hay que hacer todo el proceso, ¿no? Habrá que hacer todo el proceso. Me encanta. ¿Cuántas veces llevamos? No lo sé. Todos, ¿no? Sí. Es increíble. Más la primera, cierto. ¿Sabéis a qué me recuerda? Uy, algunos no. ¿Sabéis a qué me recuerda esto? A la vez que estuvimos sacando el logro de... Cuando estuve sacando el logro de mirarle todo el culo a 2B, que hay un logro de mirarle todo el culo, de poner la cámara por debajo y de mirarle todo el culo a 2B, pues me estoy acordando de eso. Queda repetir esto muchas veces, básicamente. Y era... Lo peor es que era mirar el secreto de 2B. Se llamaba El secreto de 2B. Y eso, eran 10 veces hacer eso. En pesos argentinos el juego cuesta $1. Pues merece mucho la pena, ¿eh? Si tienes ese dólar, merece mucho, mucho la pena. Aunque ya te lo hayas visto conmigo, pero si... No sé. Si no tienes nada que hacer y demás, es un buen juego para jugarlo tú tranquilamente y demás. Y además puedes intentar, con la cam, puedes intentar a ver si consigues, yo que sé, no parpadear en ciertas ocasiones. A lo mejor descubres un diálogo que yo me he saltado porque he parpadeado, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. Que creo que me he saltado bastante diálogos. O sea, que podría haber seguido escuchando, ¿sabes lo que te digo? O sea, tiene bastantes cosas. Oye, ¿cuántas veces? Es que 10 veces son muchas veces, ¿eh? Calibración completada. ¿Cuántas veces llevamos, tío? Voy a decir que 7. 7. Confío en ti. ¡Eh! Ya está. Llevábamos ya las 10. Ok. Ya está, ya está. Ya han sido las 10. La ma. Luego hay otro logro, me parece, de pestañear no sé cuántas mil veces. Que obviamente pues te tendrás que hacer varias runs al juego, supongo. Ah, vale, vale, que estabas contando. Vale, vale, que vas con delay. Ok. Perdón, perdón. Luego provoca la ira del barquero. No sé cómo provocarás la ira del barquero, la verdad. No expreses ira en ningún momento. Ignora las distracciones al tocar. Que es básicamente, supongo que, pues eso, no contestar la llamada, básicamente. Toma todos los apuntes en clase. Creo que lo hemos hecho todo, pero bueno, a ver. ¡Oh! Pues bueno, Before Your Eyes terminado. Otro juego. Es que juego que empiezo, juego que termino. Es increíble. O sea,